Good morning, students. You are hearing me speak in English today, a little more this week than what you will ever hear me speak in the class. What I'm going to show you right now is how to approach the agenda every day, and it is different in language courses. We will not be assigning a variety of things from Google Classroom. Google Classroom for World Languages is to organize information for you to access. We have other systems that will work as our primary teaching and learning tools. What you're looking at right now is the weekly agenda. Today is what day? It's Friday. I'm at work right now, and typically you will see several days planned out, but you can see I'm scrolling through and I do not have everything done for the week because I just need to see how things are going. So let's just talk about the organization. First of all, unidad preliminar. I'm going to undo this link here because that's old. So I'm going to link something in as far as this is a mini unit, regresar a la escuela, so back to school. Probably on Monday when you get here, I'll have a link in there. So when there's announcements, you'll see them right there at the top in yellow. I do not have any for today. Simple, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes. We use as much Spanish as possible in writing directions, giving directions, because that's going to help you learn that information. My goal is for you to become a fluent Spanish speaker. So in order to do that, you need to see and hear a lot of Spanish. You seeing and hearing a lot of Spanish this week is my goal. Now, every week, generally what we start at the beginning, so for now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're going to be getting vocab and grammar refresh and pumping up skills so that by the time we get to Friday, you are doing something that's a little more complex. So in a second, I'll talk about the red, las metas de hoy. So las metas means goals. So each day you have different goals, and then it progresses. Like I said, for Friday, you have something more complex that you'll do on Friday, and that will require all of these things that we practiced earlier in the week. And it will always be like that every single week. So this very first box that you're seeing on the agenda underneath lunes, I'm going to zoom in on lunes for right now. So that's solo por diversión. That means just for fun. Música alegre. That's just some happy music. If you feel like listening to it, you can click on that. Just for fun. So las metas de hoy. What are we doing today? Get to know each other, get familiar with our primary teaching and learning and interacting tools, review vocabulary from last year. Lección 4, los pasatiempos, that will be coming. We're going to do some even more basic stuff for today. I'll edit that. You have two new words. More than likely, they're new words in English even. Simultáneo, that is your, what's the word in English? Now I'm spacing it out. That is your synchronous. That is your synchronous teaching. So this year when we do distance learning, and it actually starts tomorrow, you'll follow your class schedule from home, and you will be logging on at the start of the hour, and you can see that for the next few days we have conversación unos 15 minutos. So we'll just be talking in Spanish, practicing things. So you'll see those. I'm letting you know what we're doing during that meeting time. And this week, it's very simple. We're just going to talk in Spanish. That's all. Now, asíncrono, this next section, that is your individual work that you're going to be doing on your computer. And it tells you right here, vista. So, actividades de repasar vocabulario. I'm going to show you how to get into that in a minute. There's always several things in there. It's never just one. This is a very complex, advanced, state-of-the-art system. You'll see. Then we have a little bit of a flip grid. Super easy today. You're going to intro yourself. If you scroll down, depending on what period, please click the correct period so that you're enrolling in the correct period number for your Flipgrid. Then at the bottom, if you want to start practicing reviewing vocabulary and take note, join it. You can continue to practice that. Más a fondo, the last section of the agenda, that is always the optional practice. So then you can see the bullet point under that. You can go into that Quizlet and do some practice, but that is optional. But I do want everyone to join into Quizlet. So all you have to do is click on that to join. But if you're like, I don't feel like practicing anymore today, hey, that's fine. It's up to you. So it's always optional. And so for this week, your additional optional activities are, it's just the same this week. It's Quizlet. Okay. So to get to Vista, this is the most important part. Right from the landing page for Anoka High School, you're going to log in to your lock and key, top right. That's going to bring you into this page, my page, because I'm a teacher. I have a million things in here. Yours is going to look different, but it's arranged alphabetically. So go to the bottom, the V section, and you see it there. It's in red, and I clicked that as a favorite. Now, when you get into Vista, let me see. I actually forgot to do this. Hang on. Mine looks a little bit different from what yours is going to look like. I'm going into the appearance. So this is going to be what it looks like for you. You're all preloaded. This is all through the district. This is our curriculum materials that aligns with the book that you're not getting because you can just do everything online here. You got to click agree. This is what's going to look like for you. You can look around if you want to, but every time you see Vista on the agenda, you're going to come right in as such. Now, so here's your dashboard showing you the date. You have 5 activities right there. When you want to start, you click this blue start button. We'll do that in a minute. I want you to do this first. Whenever there's an announcement or a notification, please check here first. So let's go to the announcement. And what does it say? Okay, so this is a review of this same agenda, essentially, that is right here. I just made an additional note in there so you could get used to looking at that. Return to dashboard rather. And now click start when you want to take a look at your activities. Now, as we go along and we progress, I'm going to be putting a lot of instructor notes in to help you and remind you about grammar things, pop-up grammar, so you can get past tricky spots, if you will, in these activities. And this is just a really powerful teaching and learning tool. Now, here's the other thing, assignment list, if you want to see everything. So, okay, we have this video. The fotonovela, we're going to start with these. You watching and listening in the context of some type of real world situation is going to be the fastest, most powerful, effective way to start bringing all that Spanish back to life that's currently stuffed into your brain. So in a second, I'll start this video. Keep looking on the left there on assignments. After you're going to have a true or false, you simply answer, and you can always use the video. I'll show you how to go back to it. And then you have another section where this is all ear training, if you will. You have to listen to them say something in the video, and then you're going to get a sentence, and you have to fill in that sentence with what you heard from the video, and I'll show you that activity also. Then you have a couple videos down here that you're going to go to and click on that have it's a Twiccionario, and it's me talking in the video and showing you stuff. It's actually a reading activity. And after that, you got everything done in there, and it'll close off. You're going to come back and you're like, okay, I've got all my Vista stuff done. Now I got to go to Flipgrid. And that's a simple Flipgrid. Click on your class. It's a really short 30-second. It doesn't even take that long. Like, my name is blah, blah, blah. This is how I feel. But take note. All of these activities that you're doing prior, you're going to be engaging with Spanish, and you'll be like, oh, yeah, I remember that word. Oh, yeah, I remember that word. So keep your ears and eyes open always for words that later you could use when you do this introduction. ¿Quiénes somos? Like, who are we? You're going to intro yourself, and then it says then record a video reply of 8 classmates that you have. So that means that you might have to come back like in a couple hours or whatever. Say you're an early bird and you're here right away doing all this. You're going to have to come back and take a look and listen to some videos. So this is how you're going to approach the agenda. So let's go back to this video real quick, and I want to show you some things I'm going to close this out. I want to show you some things in here. So first of all, right down at the bottom, when you start your video, you could turn the subtitles on if you want. I highly suggest that you do turn on the subtitles and they're in Spanish. You can see English is not an option. And here's why. Their pronunciation sometimes is, well, frequently, as a matter of fact, it's going to throw you. So if you see the word in writing, you will recognize that word, whereas when you hear it spoken, you do not always recognize that word because you're learning. You're learning the language. So put those subtitles on while you watch. This is an 8-minute video. When you're done with it, you'll go into this cierto o falso section. Okay, this person is from Caracas. This person is from Mérida. This person is from California. Whatever the case may be, if you're like, well, I can't remember any of that, you could click right here on the video and you get it back. I'm trying to click on this book page. There we go. It's just being slow. You could also click on the book page, and this is the textbook that we have in class. And if you're like, oh, this is tiny, I can't read this, you could scan in on this information here and zoom in, click that, and try to get the information that you need. And again, if you want the double view, because it's like when you open the book, you see both pages, right? So that's what it's doing. So this will take you right to those pages. So like I said, this Vista has a lot of dynamite tools for you. We are all very lucky to have this at our disposal. So this is how you're going to approach the agenda today. Remember that your agenda is posted on Google Classroom. This video is also posted right on Google Classroom. Once you are done with everything in the agenda in this pink box, so as far as remember the section at the bottom, más a fondo, that's práctica opcional. But everything in here, I'm just thinking, I'm going to add this word while I'm thinking of it just to make it more clear. Lección simultáneo, the simultaneous lesson. There isn't one today. And the asynchronous, meaning you're working individually on a computer, which is what we're doing right now. The lección asíncrona, DNA, because lección is feminine. Those, you have to have everything completed in this section, lección asíncrona, before you go and click done, submit in this Google Classroom section where you're gonna see this. So that's it. We'll be talking. Nos vemos.